Hey yo beautiful people. A while ago a reboot of Total Drama was released. Kind of. I can't find it anywhere. It's supposed to be on Max according to sources, but to no avail. Anyway, I'm not talking about the reboot today. Instead, I want to talk about the Ridonculous Race. Yeah, that's right. The first spin-off of Total Drama. Technically, it's still considered season 7 on Netflix, and it was only one season. I'm not completely sure if it did well enough to warrant a new season, but it for sure didn't happen. What do I think of this season? I like it. It ain't bad. I believe it went under many radars for Total Drama fans, as I don't see it talked about enough. People usually refer to the first 3 seasons when talking about the show. To be fair, Ridonculous Race is very different from Total Drama, as it's not a parody of Survivor, but rather, The Amazing Race. The Amazing Race is a reality show that has been running since 2001. Yeah, it's still going. Teams of 2, usually best friends, partners, siblings, or parent and child, race around the world by traveling in different countries and competing in challenges that involve taking part in a country's tradition or exploring the country. All hosted by Phil. Great guy. Recently, my family and I have been watching it, and it's a nice watch. Albeit, it comes with the usual reality TV awkwardness.
You're being stupid!
I'm being stupid. This is your jackass idea.
It's gonna be deep. That's why you have to really be looking in the plowed area. Do you understand? You don't?
I understand!
The great thing about the Ridonculous Race and Total Drama in general is that they are animated, so I don't have to worry much about these characters being real people.
I understand!
Even greater thing, they are relaxed, exaggerated characters and very relatable personalities. It is still a cartoon, so some would still be very exaggerated, but I think it adds to the charm of the show. So after a few seasons of some nonsense, the Ridonculous Race is a breath of fresh air for the series since it is pairing another show. More realistic challenges, tone down the exaggeration of character stereotypes from the last few seasons, and a longer season with more characters to explore. Hosted by Don.
I'm your host, Don, and this is the Ridonculous Race.
Might as well get this out of the way. So starting with Dawn, of course, it's a different in-universe show, so a new host is expected. But Chris McClain just had so much charm as a cartoon reality TV host. Dawn doesn't really bring the same charm. At times there are hints of the old charm, but it doesn't have much of an impact. I think Dawn is great, I just miss the charm of Chris.
The line was tested this morning by our intern, Andrew. Condolences again to his family. I'm in a helicopter! This is so cool! High school team. When you can suffer in the heat. Whoa, the tennis instructor? That never happens. Emma told Noah they could get back together once the race was over. Total bull. No! Billy! Ooh. I hope they all take their time, because I booked a rejuvenating caviar body scrub.
So how does the show progress the characters in a new reality spoof? It's challenges, what else would it be? The challenges follow the theming of World Tour just without the singing, and it's styled like a race. The Amazing Race. Not a lot occurs in each episode, as it's usually 1 to 2 challenges that can go by very quickly depending on the team. It's also a 22-minute runtime compared to The Amazing Race's 40-minute runtime. However, the Ridonculous Race glosses over the hassle of getting plane tickets and getting lost during route segments, a big pro for Ridonculous Race. But the show can sometimes lose focus of the characters. Each episode ultimately focuses on teams that are near elimination or will be eliminated. Some character moments for teams in the lead, but doesn't really happen until like halfway into the season when there's less people. However, all characters get to shine in their own way even if it is small, so not really much of a con. Also, the varied skill level in each challenge is a joy to watch, especially when some feel like good throwbacks to the OG challenges. Only some could be actually mildly dangerous. Unlike the extreme cartoony challenges that happen in Revenge, All-Stars, and Pocket Tail. As for everything else, it all just snaps easy. What I mean by that is that the basics of challenge types are immediately explained, some background info on each country, accurate also, and the humor doesn't change from Total Drama. Sure, not as crude like Island, but effective. But what really makes a show is the cast. As for the cast, they feel like a proper continuation of the OG this time, with various ages. Let's go over them in elimination order. Leonard and Tammy. It was very obvious who the writers wanted to eliminate first, much like all the other seasons. I didn't really like Leonard in Pockettail Island. He was the first one eliminated, but he felt more in place with the Ridonculous cast. It's better for there to just be 2 weirdos with Tammy than there to be several weirdos.
Wow, nice robe. It has cloaking powers. Observe. Disappearicus! Convincicus! Can't see me anymore, can ya?
Pete and Jerry. These guys remind me of Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, which I think was the intention. They're a nice addition, considering the ages the writers had to work with for years. Quite a funny duo.
Yeah, we got the same energy as all the other teams, from about 5 a.m. to 4 p.m. Yeah, after that we get a little groggy. Groggy? I haven't seen the moon since 2003. Yeah, really? Because I got a moon for you. Right here.
Elodie and Mary. This is just Courtney.
Astrophysics is underfunded.
Other than that, the geniuses didn't leave much of an impact for me to talk about. They're just geniuses.
Speaking of dry, can we cut to something more exciting?
Lori and Miles. That is also just Courtney.
So many great causes.
Nah, the vegans actually have a comedic twist, which is that they eat meat for a challenge and Lori kind of loses herself. That's all they have, but a big comedic twist for the show, which I'm just glad was included. It's really funny.
Lori could hardly see because those mean ants turned her face into raw meat. I'm sorry, was that a yummy sound?
Tom and Jen, fashion bloggers, and they wear the most basic thing possible.
These are very in.
Credit to my girlfriend for that joke when we were watching it together, by the way. Anyway, they're a pretty fun duo with quick but good moments.
One thing leads to another.
Yacht ride!
With a prince!
Thanks for the ride, Your Highness!
Kelly and Taylor. My favorite in terms of they are the funniest exaggerated stereotype duo. Hits just about right. The rich mother and the rich daughter, and the daughter's very spoiled, but like take it to the max, and it leads to some pretty comedic moments.
But maybe you need to follow my example more, because...
You've never won anything in your life, Taylor. Never! Not one race, not one medal, nothing!
Wait, what? My room is full of trophies and medals.
Because your dad bought a trophy store. What kind of trophies come in the mail? And guess who paid your coaches to lie?
Yep, Daddy. Beauty pageants! I won beauty pageants! You can't fake those!
Oh, honey, when you have enough cash, you can fake anything.
Jay and Mickey. The twins were actually my overall favorite of the cast with their one-liners and actually pushing through the race. Kinda sad they didn't get much further than that though.
I hope you're not allergic to rocks.
Ha, probably. Seriously though, I should check my records.
Lorenzo and Chet. Also a favorite in terms of their best bickering, better than what Amazing Race has.
Your jackass idea.
Pretty much gonna hand it to them with their character development and learning from hating to loving each other.
We have our own theme song!
Step Brothers! Step Brothers! We're the Step Brothers!
We even made tattoos of each other's faces with markers. Permanent markers.
Rock and Spud, another overall favorite because of their chemistry similar to the Surfer dudes, but different enough for them to be a great inclusion.
Rock asked me to step up my game on account of how I tank everything.
I was like, dude! And he was all, but dude! So I was like, dude! And he was all, dude!
That's exactly how it went down.
Dwayne and Junior. I actually didn't care much about them because of how often the show shifted focus on characters. Their development felt disconnected in each episode the most. Nonetheless, they were quite a fun duo to watch.
You know, even if we get cut from the race, I'll go home a happy man.
Dad, don't jinx us.
Jinxes aren't real.
Folks, a storm over Montana is going to delay our landing.
I bet the first flight was delayed too.
Just a freak storm, folks. That only affects our flight.
Owen and Noah. Obvious fan favorites from the OG cast, and I'm glad they got this much screen time. Noah is just great and a very comedic character, and I'm glad the writers gave him a girlfriend. Also, Owen and Noah, just a great partnership, and that was shown in World Tour.
The second Emma or I get booted, I get to date the hottest girl alive. So if we win the race, I win. And if we get eliminated, I still win. Heck, I hope we get eliminated.
Right on!
Inui and Crimson. Another exaggerated stereotype duo, but had so many great comedic moments, and I only wish they were one of the runner-ups. And not just comedic moments either, just great character moments overall.
We've only been dating for 3 years, so naturally we've never seen each other ungothed.
Stephanie and Ryan. The daters/haters were another general favorite because I just loved the voice actors' performances of the two. A lot of great back and forth, whether dating or hating.
Great. Now the Goths are ahead of us. Way to blow our lead. Why can't you do something right for a change and use the boomerang?
I boomerang Ryan!
What? We're on the same team!
Devin and Carrie. And they are just friends. Devin got annoying at small points like bordering Dave levels of annoying, but the two ended up being cute. A nice cleanser after Pagato Island.
The best friends!
No! Ah! How do I steer this thing? Look out! Devin!
Kitty and Emma. A great sister duo with Kitty just being Lindsay, only, you know, smarter. Of course, Emma being Noah's girlfriend takes the spotlight, so they don't get much other personalities, but enjoyable nonetheless.
Oh no, it's a random botch. Dive to survive. Whoever is holding this tip... Emma, sorry.
Jose and Jack. Finally, a cleanser from All-Stars and Pagatil for the evil in the show. Jose and Jack are not actually evil, instead just really bitter. They are so much more entertaining to watch be terrible people and practically fail their schemes. It's a great callback to the concept of what Heather was in the OG cast, especially Alejandro.
There are things I want to do with my life that don't involve sequins and blade sharpeners.
And you're telling me this now?
We'll talk about it later.
Sanders and MacArthur. I didn't really care all that much about the cadets. Sure, they would be funny at times, but aren't really the greatest people, so not really who I wanted to be runner-ups.
We're tough as nails, and we'll go to the extreme to win this thing. Definitely, as long as we don't break any international laws. I'm okay with breaking a few.
Brody and Jeff. This is the best of Jeff, back to being a party dude and not really much of an asshole that Action and World Tour made him. Though he is a surfer dude now, which makes sense as he's dating Bridget. Brody is also such a great addition, especially in the realm of Jeff's friends, a very comedic duo who have the ending I like. We don't really see the characters clashing with each other, unlike the casts from the previous Total Drama seasons. To be fair, this is more of a race, so it's gotta keep on moving, while like the other seasons had like the time to like, oh, we can have this talk, or oh, we can have this character moment, or oh, we can have this relationship. But I'm glad the writers implemented such great character moments for each character in their own way by themselves with the chemistry with their partner. It's a show that's gotta keep on going, but with the added addition of there being duo teams, there's still great chemistry and character moments. Ridonculous Race is just as good as the original Total Drama, and a very good parody off of Amazing Race. The exaggerations, glossing over boring stuff, and entertaining challenges keep it all together. I can't really tell if the show did good enough viewership-wise, but it didn't get a continuation, and it seems like it won't come back. The concept could be endless, just like Amazing Race. Though, to be fair, it could be quite daunting to make around 36 new character designs and give them a completely different personality. But it would be nice to see again. Seriously, give me animated characters.
This is your jackass idea!
Anyways, leave a like if you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and click that bell to stay updated on uploads. Bye, yo.